Have you ever opened your closet, looked at all your clothes, and sighed? Nothing here really feels like me anymore. Your body has changed. Your skin isn't as firm as it used to be. And sometimes, those same tops that once made you feel confident now make you stare in the mirror and think, wow, I look older than I feel. I understand that feeling because I've seen it in the eyes of so many women who step into my fitting room. It's not that they've lost their beauty. They've simply outgrown the version of fashion that used to fit their younger selves. After 50, we don't need to chase the illusion of being 30 again. What we truly need is to look radiant, graceful, and alive, exactly as we are right now. Fashion at this age isn't about hiding. It's about celebrating who we've become, the softness, the confidence, the quiet charm that only comes with experience. In today's video, as a designer who works specifically with women over 50, I'm going to share 10 tiny details in your tops that might be secretly making you look older. And more importantly, what to wear instead to look fresh, elegant, and effortlessly modern. So if you're in your 50s or 60s and you want to learn how to dress with confidence, sophistication, and a sense of freedom, without chasing every trend, hit subscribe to Bold After 50 and turn on the notification bell. Every week, I'll help you rediscover your body, your colors, and your personal style, so you don't just look beautiful. You actually feel beautiful every single day. Detail #1, tops that are too loose or have no shape. Have you ever picked a loose top thinking, if it's roomy, it'll hide my belly and it'll be more comfortable too? But then you look in the mirror and think, why do I look like I'm drowning in this outfit? You're not alone. This is the most common style mistake I see among women over 50, tops that are too baggy, too boxy, or completely shapeless. The irony, the very clothes we wear to hide our figure often end up making us look bigger, shorter, and older than we really are. I still remember one of my clients, she's 56. She always wore long, loose tops because she believed they hid her tummy better. But one day I had her try on a soft, drapey blouse with a subtle waist seam and a small V-neck. When she turned to the mirror, her whole face lit up. She gasped, "Oh my gosh, I didn't think I could look this put together anymore." The truth is the problem isn't your body. It's how we treat its beautiful lines. After 50, our bodies don't need clothes that hide them. They need clothes that honor them. So instead of oversized tops, try ones that gently follow your shape, fitted at the shoulders, relaxed at the waist, and softly curved at the hips. Here are a few simple tips you can try today. 1. Look for subtle structure. Tops with vertical seams or light waist darts naturally create a balanced silhouette without feeling tight. 2. Avoid stiff, heavy fabrics. They make the body look square and bulky. Choose breathable, soft materials like cotton rayon blends, light silk, or soft linen. They move with you and look effortlessly elegant. 3. If you love comfort, balance it. You can absolutely wear flowy tunics. Just pair them with slim pants or straight-leg jeans to keep your proportions in check. Here's a little insider tip. Draping can do what tailoring does. Even if a top doesn't have a defined waist, the right drape can make you look slimmer, softer, and more feminine without feeling restricted. And remember, comfortable doesn't mean oversized. Real comfort is when you move freely and feel confident in your own skin. So avoid boxy, stiff, or shapeless tops. Reach for soft, structured pieces that complement your curves. Just that one shift can make you look years younger. No surgery, no diet, just smarter styling. And speaking of looking younger, there's another hidden age maker that often goes unnoticed. The neckline. Sometimes a collar that's too high, too frilly, or too tight around the neck can instantly age your look. Let's talk about that next in detail. #2. High or fussy necklines. Detail #2. Necklines that are too high, too closed, or overly fussy. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, Why does my face look kind of dull today? Even when you've done your makeup just right? The culprit might not be your foundation or lipstick. It could actually be your neckline. A lot of women in their 50s and 60s choose high collars, buttoned-up shirts, or blouses with ruffles and bows because they think it looks proper or helps cover the neck area. But here's the secret. The more you cover, the heavier that whole area can look. From a designer's point of view, your neckline is where your outfit breathes. When it's too closed or too tight, the light can't reach your neck or chin, and your face instantly looks darker, your neck shorter, your shoulders heavier. And if the fabric is stiff or there's too much going on, ruffles, bows, layers, the whole look can start to feel fussy and dated instead of elegant. I once worked with a lovely client named Mai who was 58. She adored high-collar blouses and always buttoned them all the way up. But when I suggested she try a silk blouse with a gentle V-neck, just about 2 inches deep, and a soft trim, the difference was instant. She didn't change her hairstyle or add any jewelry, but somehow her face looked brighter, softer, and completely refreshed. She smiled at the mirror and said, "I've never seen myself look this light before." That's the magic of a good neckline. It lets the light touch your face again. Here's how to get that effect for yourself. Choose a gentle V-neck, a slightly wider crew neck, or a soft boat neckline. These open shapes draw the eye upward and lengthen your neck beautifully. If you love ruffles or bows, keep them small and in flowy fabrics, nothing stiff or bulky. If the skin around your neck is a little darker or uneven, avoid dark colors right near your face. Go for softer neutrals or lighter tones that reflect light upward. And here's a small but powerful tip. Opening your neckline just 1 inch more can make you look up to 5 years younger. A blouse that breathes makes your face appear lighter, fresher, and more graceful, and that's something time can never take away. So, skip the tight, high, or overly detailed necklines. Instead, choose open, soft, and airy cuts that highlight your neck and collarbone, the most elegant features of a mature woman. And if your neckline is where your outfit breathes, your sleeves are where your attitude shows. Many women don't realize that just a few inches of sleeve length or a stiff sleeve cut can completely change how youthful or balanced your outfit looks. In the next section, we'll talk about detail #3, sleeve length and stiffness, and how the right sleeve can instantly soften your shape and make you look effortlessly younger. Detail #3, the wrong sleeve length or a stiff sleeve shape. Have you ever put on a blouse and thought, "Why do my arms and shoulders suddenly look bigger, even though my body hasn't changed?" Chances are, it's not you. It's your sleeves betraying you. Sleeves might seem like a small detail, but they make a huge difference in how polished, graceful, and youthful a top looks. And one of the most common mistakes I see in women over 50 is wearing sleeves that stop right at the widest part of the upper arm. When that happens, it instantly draws attention to the area most women want to de-emphasize. And if the fabric is stiff, or the sleeves are cut straight or tightly fitted, the whole upper body starts to look boxy and heavy, making you appear older than you are. From my perspective as a designer for mature women, the most flattering sleeves are the ones that end in the right place. I often design sleeves that finish at the slimmest part of the arm, around the elbow, or just above the wrist. That simple proportion creates the illusion of longer, slimmer, and softer lines across the entire upper body. Here are a few options you can try. 3/4 sleeves. These are your best friend. They cover the upper arm but still show the wrist, one of the most delicate, elegant parts of the body. Lightly puffed mid-length sleeves. They add movement and femininity without stiffness, giving that timeless, soft volume that feels both classic and fresh. Gentle flared cuffs, perfect if you have broader shoulders or fuller arms. The soft flare balances your proportions and adds a lovely, flowing look. When it comes to fabric, Go for something light and drapey, crepe, rayon, or a medium-weight chiffon. These fabrics move with your body instead of fighting against it. If you prefer a bit more coverage but still want a feminine touch, lace or sheer sleeves are a wonderful option, modest yet graceful. Here's one of my favorite design mantras. The more your sleeves move with you, the younger and more alive you look. Soft, flowing sleeves bring energy and movement to your outfit, and that sense of fluidity is what makes your whole look feel effortless and youthful. Quick recap. Avoid short sleeves that cut across your upper arm, or any fabric that's stiff, tight, or boxy. Instead, reach for 3/4 sleeves, gently puffed or flared shapes, and fabrics that drape naturally. That small shift can completely change how your arms, and even your face, appear. You'll look lighter, softer, and instantly refreshed. And here's the thing, even if your blouse fits perfectly, one wrong print or dull color can still drain the life out of your look. So in the next section, we'll talk about detail #4, outdated prints and colors that make your skin look dull, and how to choose shades that brighten your face, flatter your tone, and make you look vibrant at any age. Detail #4, outdated prints or colors that dull your skin. Have you ever put on a floral blouse and someone said, "Wow, that looks so vintage, just like the old days," even though you didn't mean to look like you just stepped out of another decade? That's the power, or sometimes the danger, of prints and colors. Without realizing it, they can quietly age your look. Many women over 50 naturally gravitate towards small floral prints or muted shades like taupe, grayish beige, or dark teal, the kinds of colors that once felt timeless and elegant. But as the years go by, those same tones can actually drain the light from your face, making your complexion look dull and tired. Here's why. Our skin tone, hair color, and how light reflects on our face all change as we age. When your skin loses a bit of that youthful glow, dark or overly muted colors tend to absorb light, leaving your face looking shadowed instead of radiant. From a designer's perspective, I always say, fashion is the language of color. Choose the right shade, and your face lights up without a drop of makeup. Here's how to bring that glow back. Go for medium-sized prints with breathing space, not too tiny, not too crowded. These create movement and balance, helping your outfit feel lighter and more modern. Avoid busy, high-contrast patterns or micro-florals that cover every inch of the fabric. They can make the overall look heavy and overwhelming. Choose light reflective tones. Think pearl, soft olive, warm blush, creamy ivory, misty blue-gray, or gentle lavender. These hues softly bounce light onto your skin, making it appear smoother and more even. And if you love vintage prints, don't worry. You can still wear them beautifully by pairing them with modern silhouettes like a V-neck blouse, slightly flared sleeves, or a softly draped cut. That blend of classic charm and modern structure feels elegant, confident, and full of personality. One of my favorite examples, a cream blouse with medium florals paired with olive or light beige pants. It looks fresh, soft, and effortlessly stylish. Now take that same blouse in a dark brown base with tiny, dense flowers, and suddenly it feels heavier and more dated. The only thing that changed was color, but the difference in energy is incredible. In short, skip the tiny florals, dull browns, or heavy grays that absorb light. Reach for softer tones, roomier prints, and fluid shapes that let your look and your spirit breathe. Sometimes you don't need to change your face at all. You just need to change your color palette and your whole aura transforms. And here's something important. Even with the perfect color or print, if the fabric is too thin, shiny, or clingy, it can undo all that elegance in seconds. So in the next section, we'll talk about detail #5 fabrics that are too thin, shiny, or clingy, and how to choose materials that keep you looking confident, graceful, and sophisticated. whether you're in natural daylight or under evening lights. Detail #5. Fabrics that are too thin, shiny, or clingy. Have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself in the mirror before heading out and suddenly realized that your light and elegant blouse was showing a little more than you'd planned? That's the sneaky trap of the wrong fabric. It looks lovely on the hanger, but under real light, it can completely change how polished or not you appear. Many women over 50 love soft, silky, or flowy materials because they seem youthful and feminine. But in reality, fabrics that are too thin, too shiny, or that cling to your body often do the opposite. They highlight every line, wrinkle, or uneven texture we'd rather soften, not show. I once had a client, 58, who adored shiny silk. She tried on a pale pink satin blouse, and yes, it was beautiful at first glance. But under the light, every outline, the seams, the bra straps, even tiny fabric wrinkles became visible. When she switched to a matte crepe silk, her whole look changed. The fabric draped softly, her shape looked smoother, and suddenly she looked and felt more refined. As I often tell my clients, a good fabric doesn't just make you look beautiful, it makes you feel beautiful. So how do you pick the right ones? Look for fabrics that have gentle structure and a soft, matte finish. Here are some great options for women 50 plus. Viscose blend linen, still natural and breathable, but with fewer wrinkles and a smoother drape than pure linen. Matte cotton satin, comfortable and lightly lustrous, not shiny or stiff. Crepe silk or high-quality crepe polyester, with a smooth texture and soft flow that flatters the body without clinging. And if your favorite blouse happens to be a bit sheer, don't worry, just layer it with a nude camisole or a 2-layer inner top. This simple trick instantly makes your outfit look more polished and elegant, especially in daylight or under bright indoor lights. Before buying, always touch the fabric. If your fingers glide too quickly, the fabric reflects a lot of light, or it feels slightly sticky to your skin, that's a red flag. The right fabric should make you want to touch it, but not make you worry it'll stick to you. In short, avoid fabrics that are overly thin, shiny, or clingy. Choose ones that are matte, softly draped, and hold their shape gracefully when you move. Because true elegance doesn't come from how expensive a fabric is. It comes from how it makes you feel when you wear it. And speaking of elegance, even the most beautiful fabric can lose its charm if your blouse is overloaded with details, buttons, lace, sequins, or ruffles everywhere. In the next part, we'll explore detail #6 too many embellishments and how embracing less is more can bring out your most sophisticated, confident self after 50. Detail #6 too many embellishments, buttons, lace, sequins. Have you ever noticed that the more we try to find a blouse with a statement, the more complicated and sometimes older it can make us look? In fashion, there's a simple truth. The more details, the less refinement. I've met so many women in their 50s and 60s who say things like, I don't want to look too plain, so I picked this blouse. It has flowers, a bow, a few pearls, and some lace for that elegant touch. But the problem is all those little touches start to compete with each other. Your eye doesn't know where to focus, the collar, the lace, the buttons. And that chaos quietly steals away your elegance. Instead of looking stylish, the outfit ends up feeling busy, heavy, and unintentionally aging. In my design studio, I always remind my team, simplicity is the ultimate form of sophistication. A truly beautiful blouse doesn't need to shout to be noticed. It's not the number of details that makes an outfit luxurious, it's the quality of each one. Sometimes, all it takes is a single pearl button placed perfectly, a soft curve in the shoulder seam, or a well-cut hemline to make a blouse look high-end. Here's how to master the art of subtle elegance. Choose one focal point. Let your blouse have one statement, the collar, the sleeve, or the hem, and keep everything else calm. For example, if your blouse has a delicate bow at the neckline, skip the ruffles and fancy cuffs. Go for refined, not flashy. Look for fine stitching, small buttons, or lace trim in the same color tone as the fabric. Subtlety always reads as class. Balance your look. If your blouse already has detail, pair it with clean, simple bottoms. A neutral pair of trousers or a pencil skirt lets your blouse and you be the focus. One of my favorite stories was about a 62-year-old client who absolutely loved sequins. We didn't take them away, we just moved them. We limited the shimmer to a thin line along the neckline and cuffs, keeping the rest of the blouse matte. When she looked in the mirror, I didn't see the sparkle of sequins, I saw her face glowing. That's the power of restraint. In short, avoid blouses overloaded with decorations competing for attention. Instead, pick one subtle feature and let your presence, your smile, your confidence, your movement, be the true highlight. Because at the end of the day, the most beautiful fashion is the kind that makes people remember you, not your outfit. And of course, even the most elegant blouse can lose its balance if the length isn't right for your proportions. In our next part, we'll talk about detail #7, the wrong blouse length for your body, and how choosing the right cut can instantly flatter your figure, elongate your frame, and make you look effortlessly youthful. Detail #7, when your blouse length doesn't match your body proportions. Have you ever tried on a blouse that looked perfect on the mannequin, but the moment you put it on, something just felt off? It's not your shape. It's not even the color. Most of the time, the problem is simply the length. This is one of the most common styling mistakes I see among women in their 50s and 60s. As our bodies change, shoulders relax a bit, our waistline softens, the wrong blouse length can throw off the whole balance. It can make your upper body look heavier, your legs shorter, and your proportions less graceful than they really are. Here's what usually happens. If your blouse is too long, it pulls your frame downward, making your torso look dropped and your legs appear shorter. If it's too short or boxy, it can draw attention to your midsection or hips and make your body look cut in half. It's amazing how just a couple of inches in length can make you look 10 years younger or older. So what's the sweet spot? From a design perspective, the most flattering blouse length usually hits right at the mid-hip or curves gently to cover just the top of the belly area. That's the golden line where your figure looks naturally balanced, not too long, not too cropped, and your movement feels effortless. If you love tunic-style tops, that's perfectly fine. Just remember the rule of balance. Long top, right arrow, slimmer bottoms. Think leggings or tapered pants to balance the flow. Shorter top, right arrow, wider bottoms. Try straight leg trousers or a midi skirt to create harmony. I often use what we call the 3-to-5 ratio, a classic proportion rule designers and stylists swear by. When your upper body takes up roughly 3 parts and your lower body 5 parts, your silhouette looks naturally taller and more elegant. It's a trick that models and stylists have used for decades to create that elongated, graceful look. No heels required. A quick mirror test. Stand straight and notice where the hem of your blouse falls. If it completely covers your hips, you may look shorter. If it stops around mid-hip, suddenly everything looks lighter and more in proportion. Try it with 2 blouses of different lengths. You'll see the difference instantly, even if they are the exact same color and cut. Real story. I once worked with a 57-year-old client who adored long tunics because she felt they covered the tummy. When I shortened her hem by just 1.5 inches and paired it with slightly slimmer pants, everything changed. Her posture looked taller, her waist reappeared, and her face literally brightened. Sometimes looking younger is simply about the right length, not a different body. Here's the takeaway. Avoid blouses that are too long or too short. Both can throw off your natural proportions. Aim for a length that hits mid-hip or curves slightly in front, depending on your body shape. The right length helps you look slimmer, more balanced, and effortlessly confident. No drastic changes needed. And once your proportions are right, the next magic touch comes from color, how it can bring warmth and brightness back to your face. In our next part, we'll explore detail #8 monotone or dull colors, and how to choose tones that lift your skin tone and your spirit after 50. Detail #8, monotone or dull colors that drain your energy. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, why do I look so washed out today? Even though you're wearing your favorite blouse. Chances are it's not you, it's the color that's quietly stealing the light from your face. So many women after 50 fall into what I call the safe color zone: black, gray, navy, deep brown. They're easy to match, easy to hide in, and feel safe. But the longer we stay in those colors, the more we start to notice something missing: our glow, our warmth, our spark. I always tell my clients, there's no such thing as a color that's too young, only a shade that doesn't match your energy. The right color doesn't make you look flashy. It makes you look alive. Because fashion isn't just about what you wear, it's about how light interacts with your spirit. Here's how to bring the light back. Start with your favorite neutrals, then add a soft accent color, just a touch. Think of it like adding a smile to your outfit. For example, a warm beige blouse with a soft, dusty rose scarf, an ivory top with a subtle aqua pendant necklace. Even the smallest pop of color can instantly brighten your face and lift your mood. Try these flattering shades for women 50 plus. Aqua green, fresh, gentle, and energizing. Dusty rose, soft, romantic, and timeless. Coral, warm and luminous on golden or neutral skin tones. Warm beige, a perfect base that adds elegance without dullness. And don't forget your accessories. They're your secret color boosters. A silk scarf with delicate patterns, pearl buttons, or a light-toned necklace can bring warmth and light to your complexion in the most effortless way. Let me tell you a story. One of my clients, a 58-year-old woman, used to wear black almost every day. When I suggested she try a soft coral blouse, she hesitated. I'm afraid this color is too young for me. But when she put it on, everything changed. Her skin looked brighter, her eyes sparkled, and the whole room seemed to warm up. She looked in the mirror, smiled, and said, "It's been a long time since I've felt this happy looking at myself." That's the magic of color. It doesn't just make you look better. It helps you feel more alive. Here's the takeaway. Avoid wearing dark or monotone shades all the time. They can mute your natural glow. Add at least one soft, light-boosting color to your outfit. Remember, color has no age, only the energy it brings to you. We've talked about visible style elements, necklines, sleeves, prints, fabrics, and colors. But there are still those tiny, almost invisible details like button placement, shoulder seams, or how the fabric drapes around your waist that can completely transform your look. In the next part, we'll dive into details #9 and #10, the subtle but powerful tweaks that make your outfit look polished from every angle. Details #9 and #10, the subtle things no one notices, but everyone feels. There are parts of fashion that go beyond colors and cuts. They live in the little things: care, attention, and self-awareness. And often, it's those tiny details that make the difference between looking put together and just okay. Let's talk about two of the most overlooked, yet most powerful details that can completely change how you look and how you feel in your clothes. Detail #9 wrinkled or unpressed tops. Even the most beautiful blouse can lose its elegance if it's wrinkled. No matter how flattering the style or color, a wrinkled shirt instantly makes the outfit feel tired and unfinished. After 50, our natural beauty leans towards softness, grace, and refinement, which means the texture and smoothness of our clothes matter more than ever. I often tell my design students, the smoothness of your blouse reflects how much care you put into yourself. Picture this, two identical white shirts. One is perfectly pressed, the other has light wrinkles near the cuffs and hem. It's a small difference, but one looks sharp and intentional, the other feels careless. Quick fixes you can start today. Choose easy care fabrics like polylinen blends, cotton with spandex, or viscose with polyester. They resist wrinkles and drape beautifully. Invest in a mini steamer. 5 minutes before leaving the house can completely change your look. After washing, hang your blouse on a hanger while it's still slightly damp so the fabric naturally falls into place. One of my clients once told me, "I used to think ironing didn't matter, but now just steaming my blouse makes me feel more confident all day." Sometimes, a little care isn't vanity, it's self-respect. Detail #10 wearing the wrong fit for your real shape. This one is sneaky, and it's the reason many women feel like something's off even when the color or trend is right. The problem isn't the style itself, it's that the fit doesn't match your actual shape. Every woman's proportions are unique: shoulders, bust, waist, and hips. And yet so many clothes are made to fit a standard that doesn't exist. When a blouse doesn't align with your frame, it can pull in strange places, crease where it shouldn't, or hang in a way that hides your best lines. As a designer, I always remind my clients, the goal isn't to chase trends, it's to highlight your natural beauty. Here are a few fit tips that never fail. Narrow shoulders or a long neck. Try round or boat necklines, they balance your proportions. Full bust. Go for soft V-necks or gentle draped collars to create openness and ease. Defined waist. Emphasize it subtly with seams, belts, or shaping details. Structure adds elegance without stiffness. And above all, perfect fit always beats perfect fashion. You don't need 10 trendy blouses that don't feel right. You need 3 that make you stand taller, smile wider, and move with confidence. Because great style doesn't come from a crowded closet. It comes from knowing yourself. Turning 50 or 60 isn't the end of style, it's when you finally own it. When you understand your colors, fabrics, shapes, and proportions, every piece you wear tells a story, your story of confidence, experience, and grace. If today's tips inspired you, make sure to subscribe to Bold After 50 and hit the notification bell, so you won't miss the next videos on fashion, confidence, and the joy of living beautifully at every age. Because fashion isn't just about looking good, it's about shining in the best version of yourself. And remember, every age can be beautiful when you choose to care for yourself with love, a little intention, and a lot of pride.